I went to prison behind some stupid ass bullshit because I couldn't stay sober. All right. In all actuality, now that I think back to it, whenever I got my charges, I just should have took the time and went and got it done, because I probably would have got out in the same amount of time if I would have just took my charges and not drug it out going through probation. Because that probation shit really screwed me over. I lost a whole fucking year on probation, trying to stay sober and failing. And plus, a couple of you guys were like, I can't believe that your probation officer made you lift your leg. You guys, I couldn't believe it either, but I didn't know that they weren't allowed to do that. I didn't know that you could tell your probation officer no. I thought what she was doing was protocol, and so I wish I could have told her to stop it, but anyway, she was the meanest probation officer I've ever had. Now, because when I got out of prison, I had a parole officer here in Little Rock, and that parole officer, hey Jordan, was amazing. So chill, so laid back. This lady was crazy as hell. She wasn't playing no games. So, she was a big old white girl, fat white girl, blonde hair. I think she was a lesbian. I swear to God she was a lesbian, you guys. She still works for the probation people. I think she just moved, though, from Hot Springs. So, yeah, she was totally fixed on making my fucking stay on probation the hardest that she could, and she did. It was not easy. So, I kind of touched on, like, the first day I went into prison and what it was like for me, and but, my prison experience, I hear all these, like, crazy stories and stuff from prisoners that stayed in, like, max security prisons. I didn't have that kind of experience because I was in a prison where it was for drug addicts, basically. It was for people who were non-violent offenders. And so it was like, I'm sitting, you guys, in my cabinet so I can stand here. Okay. It was for non-violent offenders. So there wasn't like a whole bunch of people there fighting. There wasn't like, it wasn't that bad. It was literally like a whole bunch of girls in one area at one time. We had, the way our units were set up was there was like a whole building, and there was like 60 girls to a building, and they just had rows of bunk beds, okay, metal bunk beds. And I slept underneath this girl. I'll never forget it, you guys. She had staph infection all over her body. I'll never forget it. I remember her showing me one day, she lifted up her breasts, and there were staph boils all underneath the crease of her boobs and all in the crease of her stomach. And I was just thinking, damn, I don't want to get staph infection up in this motherfucker. This is nasty as hell, But you had to take showers with other people, so I guess that's how it happened. I'm not sure. I didn't get staph infection, though. Here's the thing. I didn't shave the whole fucking time I was in prison because I didn't want to get staph infection. I was afraid that if I shaved my legs and cut myself, I would get staph infection. Yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are, in the cupboard. I had to file a complaint with the Maine Probation and Parole because they tried to get me to do a controlled buy on my drug dealer when I dropped dirty. Are you kidding me, Jordan? Wow, that's crazy. Well, they offer, so when I got my charges, I went to, they have you interrogated, and it was me and that guy Quincy, and they had me in one room and him in the other. You guys, the whole time they were interrogating us, I could hear Quincy banging on the side of the wall, like, don't say a motherfucking word, bitch, And I'll also tell you guys this, when they interrogated me, I was high as hell. So I kept on looking at the vent. I remember like it was yesterday. I was sitting in that little room that it had glass all around it like this, because it was in this like office where they had cubicles in the jail, okay, in the sheriff's office. And so I could see out and see everybody, and then there's just one one-way mirror right here on the side, right? And I was sitting there, and they were like, come on, Nicole, come on. They knew my mom and dad. They knew my sister. They were just giving me a hard fucking time, right? And so I kept looking up at the vent, and I swear to God, you guys, I was like, there's somebody coming out of the vent. I was tripping balls in there, y'all, high as hell. I had been up for days when they pulled us over. Days. And they didn't pull us over. They literally threw Quincy out of my car. Oh, no, honey. They wasn't trying to help me adapt to anything. So, when they caught us, you guys, and we were driving, we were set up. We were set up by these girls called the Terry twins, okay? And these girls were known CIs. They set everybody up. I don't know why the fuck we were even going around them. What I think happened is I think Quincy thought that he had an agreement with them. And I think that he thought that they wouldn't roll on him. And because he got caught with 6 grams of methamphetamine in his sock. So he was in the driver's side of my car. And I remember when they threw him out, the first thing he did was start saying that the meth in his sock was mine. I was like, what the fuck, dude? But he made up for it by bailing me out of jail. Like, he got me out with him that same night. And so, but you know what? That dude's still on the run from them charges. I've never seen him. He never went to our arraignment. He never, nothing. He never showed back up. I've never seen him again. I swear he went to Mexico or something, you guys, because I've never seen him. And, you know, I was the only one. They got little old me, and he was gone, out the door. So, that was crazy times, though, back then. I was just getting into the addiction, you know what I mean? He might have. I've never seen him again. I didn't snitch out, y'all. And they offered it to me. They said, if you do 3 confirmed buys, we will wipe your felony off. We will take it completely off. And you guys have to understand, I've never been in trouble before. So I went home to my mom and dad's house, and I sat down with my dad, and I said, this is what they said. They said, if I tell on people and go buy some drugs from them, that they will wipe my felony clean. And my dad looked at me and he said, are you fucking kidding me? You don't fucking do that shit. You did the crime, you pay the time. And he said, plus, what if somebody fucking knows you was out there snitching? Then they're coming after my family. So you're not doing that. So, yeah, I didn't do it because my dad told me not to. Because I really didn't know. You know, my first reaction was, I shouldn't do that. Like, you shouldn't snitch. But then they kept on saying, like, we'll take your felony. We'll take your felony. And I had never been in trouble. And I was like, damn, this felony is going to fuck me for the rest of my life, you know? I know they do that, though. They really do that. Hey, Joy. Isn't that crazy? Okay, I'm going to tell you what YouTube did at the beginning of this month, you guys. They went through and they knocked out a bunch of subscribers off my channel that were inactive accounts. And so if they thought your account was inactive, make sure you come back and subscribe. Somebody else said that same thing, girl. Yeah, this was not the DA. This was the undercover detectives that busted me with Quincy. And it was right whenever we were out of our interrogation. That's when they kind of started telling me, hey, we'll do this, we'll do that. But it was, I'm glad that I didn't snitch because I didn't want to put my family in danger. And now, since I've been out of the game, out of the drug addiction world for 5 years, right? Now I know that I had to take responsibility for what I did. Okay. And I truly believe that people who don't take responsibility for what they do, they never learn. You know, that's why there's people that, like, you know, I was not scared of going to prison. I mean, fuck, I didn't want to be there. But it wasn't like it is in California where they have, like, these PC yards and all that stuff. This is Arkansas. I don't know how it is in the men's side, but I'm pretty sure there is an Aryan Brotherhood. There is the black people. But there's not, like, The whites, I'm sure the white people stay with the white people, the black people stay with black people, but that's not how it is in the women's prison at all.